Greetings, dear, precious, magnificent spirit soul that you are, and that's who you are. Not who you think you are, but who you are. You're whole, complete, and perfect. That's who you are. How to have satisfaction and fulfillment. Now, what are people running around for? They're looking to be satisfied and fulfilled. And what happens is how people get caught up in running after the carrot on a stick that you never reach is because we've been taught to be dissatisfied with ourselves. And we take a look, I was talking to one of my woman friends, and we were just looking how in our earlier years here, time here, how we were really programmed with these movie stars and elitist people to, and, you know, high-paid football players and basketball players and all of this, and world leaders, so to speak, that parade around in their little garments and their little stuff and their tanks and their stuff and all of this. And what it does is by putting it in everybody's face all the time, television, internet, movies, educational systems, newspapers, all of this, to be putting in people's faces all the time how fortunate other people are, how fulfilled other people are, because they're better than everybody else, and they have more stuff, and they get a lot more sex, and they get a lot more acknowledgement and appreciation. They get all of this, so whatever they have is never good enough. And if you're in a place always that wherever you are and who you are isn't good enough, and then put all these outrageous things. I have another one of my students who's in my mentoring program. She's wonderful, and she works with children as a psychologist in high schools. And what do these kids want? They don't want to be who they are. They don't want to do that. They want to be a high-paid basketball player. They want to make billions of dollars as a football player. They want to make billions of dollars as a baseball player. They want to be millions as a movie star. And when you see that these people who show all their body parts all the time on the media, and that people have to click on, they're the same. There's butts, breasts, you know, genitals, legs. Ooh, want to see mine? Woo-hoo-hoo. There's something very strange going on. Because then people are identifying as a meat stick. They're identifying that their happiness, pleasure, satisfaction, fulfillment is going to come from somebody or something outside themselves that's finally going to put them at the level. Because I did that myself. And then we were taught and told, your face isn't good enough, so you have to cut it up and make it better. You don't have big enough breasts, so we're going to have to cut those up. You don't have a big enough rear end, so you're going to have to get this. You're going to have to change these things, because all these other people here, they're fabulous and they're having a great time. And then looking good seems to be what's so really important, because if you're looking good, everybody's going to want you. Everybody's going to envy you. Everybody, and you could. And I remember thinking that the way of wealth is just sit around, lay around, and drink Coco Locos on the beach in Mexico. Have somebody wait on you hand and foot. When I noticed that one of the wealthiest people and the poorest people oftentimes have in common is boredom. And it's trying to always generate that in excitement, generate some morsel of pleasure, get some dopamine hit that's going to make them feel, finally, I'm okay. Dissatisfaction, making you dissatisfied with who you are in every moment. So wherever you are is never good enough. And you're never good enough. And you'll never be good enough into that, because that's the mind that lives as a mind virus. It's an insect of some sort. It's like a virus has to have a host. It has no life of its own. And viruses are parasitic. They drain blood. They drain life force from their host. But once the host realizes how they've been drained, and their creativity and their happiness and their joy and their love. The mind generates fear and will ruin everything in your life, because it's always you're not good enough and you're not there yet because you haven't made it. You already made it. You're whole, complete, and perfect at the level of who you are, but not at the level of where you think you are or anybody else thinks they are. And they're always saying, I'm better, you're less. I'm good, you're bad. I'm important, and you're not important. Where's that going on? It's in your mind. You say, yeah, but if I'm satisfied and I'm fulfilled, I'll never reach my dreams and my goal. Dreams happen when people are asleep, and they only come from your mind. Please. And then we're using all of that to keep us climbing on that worm pile, getting to the top of the list, getting to we're the best and we're the biggest and we're the best, and oh my God. Do you know, each and every one of you is more powerful than artificial intelligence. You're more powerful than IT, information technology. You're more powerful than the body or the mind or anybody else's opinion of you or their thoughts of you. And that right now, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to get there, make something of yourself. Why would you make something out of you who is a no thing? And when we try and manifest, most people, they look at the form they want, but the manifestation comes from your inner self. You are the master of manifestation. So they say, but if I'm satisfied, I won't have any ambition. Well, do you need ambition? You could do whatever you like that nourishes you. That's your place. That is your life. And how some people, what do they have to show for their lives? A bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff. And a bunch of opinions in somebody else's mind because they believe you're a big deal. And that means when they see you, they'll recognize that you're really somebody. I'm not somebody. I'm a no thing. And that's also words. Give up dissatisfaction. Live in the realm of appreciation. Live in the realm of satisfaction already. You've already made it. You've already arrived. You're already there. Celebrate.